Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the Home for Holidays workout. Again, if you're outside of the studio, you're traveling, this is something you can do without any equipment. All you need is a mat or a beach towel. If you're going beach towel, I'd recommend doing a carpeted floor just to make it a little easier on that tailbone. But we're going to get started in bridge position. So we're going to actually lay down onto our back. So we want our feet hip distance apart. We're going to slowly roll ourselves down onto our back. We want those arms long down by our side. As we go into our bridge, you're going to tilt the pelvis. So feel like you've got a bowl of milk and you've tipped it towards your belly button. See how my hips just kind of tipped, nice and slow. Go ahead and do that just a couple times, finding neutral back and then tipping that pelvis. You're going to feel your lower back connect down into the carriage and then release it back to neutral. So go down nice and slow and then release back to neutral just so you get some blood flow down into that lower back. But you feel what it feels like to tilt that pelvis, feeling that ab activation, feeling the lower back connect down into the carriage. Good. From there, we're going to take our arms nice and long. We're going to plant those feet. You're going to begin by tilting that pelvis and rounding your back up off of the carriage, nice and slow until you've got a straight line from your shoulders through the glutes all the way down through the knees. And then inhale at the top. All of your weight is in the middle to top of your shoulders, so I can lift my head and neck and I'm still up top. And then you slowly imprint down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to that tailbone. Take a big inhale at the bottom, and then exhale. You tilt the pelvis, round up through the back, all the way up till you get to those shoulders. Take a big inhale at the top, and then exhale, rounding that back from shoulders through the middle of the back, all the way down to tailbone. Now at some point, you might feel your feet start to shift, so just reposition those, and then slowly begin to take your weight back up into that bridge, nice and slow. Take a big inhale at the top, exhale, you imprint that spine down one vertebrae at a time, through the back, all the way to the tailbone, resting it down. Take a big inhale, exhale, you round it up, nice and slow. And at the top, if you feel that you've adjusted, go ahead and just readjust those feet so you can have those hips nice and up. Big inhale at the top, exhale, you slowly roll it back down. Good, we're going to do one more like that. So you inhale at the bottom, exhale, round it up to the top. Go ahead and hold it up at the top, making sure those hips are nice and lifted. We're going to do glute presses. So you're going to lower the glutes halfway down to the carriage, halfway down to the floor, and then press up nice and slow. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on 8, hold it up, and you're just going to do little tiny pulses. So you're going to feel like you release the glutes, squeeze them up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then slowly imprint that back, nice and slow, down into that carriage. Good. From there, go ahead and extend those arms nice and long. Do one big roll up to bring yourself up to a nice, tall, seated position. Good. Once we get into that seated position, we're going to take the legs nice and long. We're going to take them the width of the mat. We're going to slowly circle the arms up overhead. And you're going to exhale, you're going to dive down like you're rounding over a big giant beach ball down towards those toes. You might be able to touch the toes. You might not, just aim for them. And then slowly stack it back up. Nice and slow, we circle those arms up. Then we exhale, we dive forward like we're rounding over a big giant beach ball. Again, you might be able to touch those toes. You might be able to get halfway. Just meet your back right where it's at today. And then slowly stack it up. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, we round it forward nice and long. Good, one more time. Nice and slow, we take it back. Good, go ahead and hang out down here. And then from here, go ahead and feel like you reposition. And you're going to extend those arms nice and long. And then stretch back down again. Round it back up. Good. So from there, arms are forward. You round it forward, repositioning the tailbone You're going to get a nice flat back as you open the arms up, and then round it forward, and then stack it right back up. One more like that, nice and slow, rounding it forward. Repositioning to have a straight back. Arms come up, arms come back down, then we round it nice and tall back up. From there, we're going to slowly come down. We're going to be propped up on our elbows. We're going to extend each leg nice and long, propped up nice and tall on those elbows, trying not to sink down, nice and strong. We're going to slowly rotate to one side. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, taking it the opposite direction. Inhale, circle around. Exhale, bring it back up. Nice and slow down and around. Exhale to center. And last time. Good, releasing that down just for a second. We're going to come to tabletop with those legs. So arms are still propped up. We're in tabletop. We're just going to do toe taps. So we're going to hinge just from the hip as we come down. Try not to do this. Try to avoid this. This is not giving us any work. We want to have some nice core work. So we're going to slowly hinge the hip to take that down. And we're going to alternate side to side. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. Try not to sink in that chest. 8, 9, 10, and release it down. Good. From there, we're just going to roll down onto our back. We're going to take the arms long down by our side. We're going to rotate them up. We're going to go into supine spine twist. So our arms are going to be in a nice little V. Palms are going to be up. We're going to take those legs to a nice tall tabletop position. So you want to have that 90-degree angle. Feeling that ab activation. If your knees are too in towards your chest, you're not going to feel those abs activate. So take those knees a little bit further away from your chest. You're going to feel those abs begin to activate. Arms are nice and long. Keeping knees and ankles glued together. You're going to slowly go to one side. Exhale, bring it back up. You want to keep both shoulders connected to that carriage as you go nice and slow, deepening that core connection to each side. And only go as far as you can. Right now, these reformers aren't allowing me to go too far, but that gives me some nice core control. Move one more either side. From there, go ahead and hug those knees in towards your chest. Again, you can slowly rock side to side, releasing any tension out and away. From there, we're just going to roll onto our side. You have two options here. We're going to go into side lifts. So with your arm, you can be in an elbow plank, essentially, or you can go up to a straight arm. Depends on how your wrists are feeling today. I'm actually going to hang out here, but I'll show you both. Your feet can either be stacked in front of one another or stacked on top. In front of one another is going to give you a little bit more control. It's going to be a little easier. Stacked on top is going to be a lot harder. So if you are going feet in front of one another on your forearm, you're just going to come straight up, and that arm is going to lift. And then you're going to bring it back down. Now, if you're going straight arm, your arm's going to be nice and straight. You have a little bit more of a lift to do. You're going to come all the way up, and then bring it all the way down. We're going to aim for 5 like that. Because my wrist is bothering me a little bit, I'm going to keep on my forearm for this. So finding your position, we're going to come up for 1, having that nice lifted position. 2, feeling a lift here. 3, 4, 5. Good. From there, we're going to add just a little extra twist to this. So we're going to come up. We're going to come up and then stretch up and over. Bring it back down. Release it down. So that's 1. So we come up for up and over for 2. Sweeping it down as we come back down on the hip. Up and over for 3. Bringing it down. 4. And we're going to do one more like that. So come up and over for 5, bringing it back down. And then from there, just go ahead and do just a tiny little counter stretch as you come up and over, releasing any tension out from that side. Then we're just going to swivel around, do the same thing on the other side. Again, choosing your arm position, whether you are on your forearm or propped up on the hand. Feet either stacked on top of each other or one in front of the other one. Finding your position, we are just going to lift up for 5. Nice and slow, having that nice strong lift underneath. Reaching that hand up towards the sky. This is 4. And 5. Good. Resting it down just for a second. We're going to come up. We're going to do that up and over for 5. So finding our position, we come up. We stretch long up and over. Bringing it back down as we rest the hip down into the carriage. Onto the floor. Coming up and over. It's pretty obvious I've been teaching reformer Pilates more than I've done mat Pilates lately. Nice and slow we come up, stretching up and over, releasing it down one last time, up, up and over, and then slowly rising, just giving yourself a counter stretch, up and over. And from there, we're going to come down onto our side. We're going to be propped up on our hand, little Cleopatra style. We're going to stack our knees and our ankles, and we're just going to go into 10 regular clamshells. So you're going to slowly open and close. You're trying not to roll back in your upper body, so we don't want this. We want to stay nice and controlled in our upper body, and we're only opening that clamshell as far as we can maintain a nice, still core connection. Top hand can be on your hip or down in front. From there, we're going to raise the ankles, keep the knee connected. We are going to open. We're going to extend that leg nice and long, close the feet, close the knees. So we open, extend, close feet, knees. This is 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you're almost there. You can feel the burn. Hip flexor on fire. One last one. And rest it down. Good. Before we go into a nice stretch, we're just going to slowly swing ourselves around. Laying down onto our side, propping our head up on that hand, little Cleopatra style. Stacking our knees, stacking our ankles. Finding that nice, strong position, we're going to slowly open for 10 clamshells. Again, try not to roll back too far, having that nice, strong connection in the upper body. Top hand can be on the hip or down in front of you on the carriage, on the floor. But nice and slow as we roll it back, nice and slow as it brings it in. We just open that clamshell just slightly. You feel that hip move and roll back to the side, but we don't want those hip bones rolling back too far, just enough to where you can open and close those legs. Good. From there, keeping bottom knee connected, heels raised, we open, extend, close feet, close knees. Nice and slow, having full control as you go through. Open, extend, close feet, close knees. Nice and slow, extend, close feet, close knees. If I'm counting correctly, this is 6, close feet and knees. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. From there, we're going to roll onto our back. As we roll onto our back, we want to have the feet hip distance apart. We're going to take the right ankle over the left knee, and you can hang out there if that feels good enough to stretch out that hip socket, or you can grab behind the left knee, curling up, hugging everything in, just giving a little bit of release for that hip socket. Then from there, we set that down, unwinding those legs. Again, you can be here, resting everything down, just hanging out here. You can grab behind that leg, or you can curl head, neck, and chest up into that, getting a nice deep stretch and release. I like to do this. I feel like it just gives me a nice deeper stretch into that hip socket. Then from there, you can release it down, extend the legs nice and long, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, slowly curling up, trying not to use momentum, and rounding down over those toes. From there, we're just going to come into a seated butterfly stretch. You're going to draw those heels in, bottoms of the feet together like your feet are praying. You can have a nice tall seated position, or you can slowly stretch over, getting a nice deep relaxing stretch for those hips, releasing tension out of that back. And from there, we're going to go into our Z sitting position, or our mermaid pose. Take one arm nice and long. We're going to extend the other one up. What you want to try to imagine is that you can keep both hips connected down into the floor. Now you might not be able to, but just imagine that you can. Extending that top arm nice and long. Just stretch long up and over. And then release it back down. Coming up and over for a counter stretch to the other side. Releasing that hand down onto the carriage, stretching long up and over to the other side. Coming back up and over for a counter stretch. This time as you counter stretch, bring hand to head, flip that palm up, flex the hand back, stretch it long out and away. And then from there, we're just going to switch sides. So finding that nice Z sitting position, that arm's going to be nice and long, extending the opposite long up and over, trying to keep hips down and connected into the carriage as much as possible, the floor, and we're stretching long up and over. And bringing it back, counter stretching up and over the opposite direction. Good. One last time. That nice mermaid stretch, long up and away. Coming over for a counter stretch. Bring the palm of the hand to the head, flip it over, flex that hand, stretch it and press it out and away. Then from there, you can come back into a crisscross position, hands to the knees, nice tall position. Take a big inhale through the nose, and an exhale through the mouth, releasing tension out and away. One last big inhale. Fill those lungs from top all the way down to the bottom, and then exhale through the mouth, releasing all tension and stress out and away. And you are done for the day.